Welcome everyone to pre-market prep at the close. Spencer Israel, Joel Elconin with you today. Joel, I guess it's like not a great day for the market, but to put this in perspective, it does seem like we've come to, at least from my point of view, we've come to an area that would seem to be the top of the trading range.
Well, you have an area to look at, and based on the technicals, it's definitely justified here. Your overnight high was 73.50. That was just under the ties from the last two sessions, 75.75 and 76 and a quarter. Really tried to press it through there this morning. Got turned back midday sell off, and it was a pretty steep one. Got down to 28.33, but man, you need your motion sickness pills today. Back up to 28.54, back down to 29.40, back up to 29.53, back down to 29.40. So a real seesaw market. They tried to bust it a few times, haven't been able to, but based on simply potential triple top in place there, Spencer, we could have defined the top of the trading range. But as you know, this market likes to pull tricks on people and keep going higher and higher. But
That's true.
three highs, 3 consecutive days. You have to be aware of that technical formation. Crude in the green here by 57 cents, over $34 for the first time since March. Up 56 cents, 34.05. Bad day for gold bugs. Gold down 26.10 at 17.26. Silver leading on the way up, leading on the way down. Silver down almost 59 cents at 17.44 and a half. And Bitcoin too. Bitcoin's moving with the currencies. I couldn't crack that 10,000 over the last couple days. Down $480, 9,090. So that's a wrap of your commodities and the S&P 500 index futures.
All right, I'm gonna take a shot in the dark here, Joel. I'll pull up a daily here of the S&P futures, and I'm going to say that by this time next week we are at around 2,800.
Well, trading range, Spencer. We got down to 27.60 last week. That's not a bad level to pick here. Providing we don't violate that triple top up up above. But I believe last week's low right there at 27.60. So pretty good technical analysis here by Mr. Israel.
Thank you, Joel. Looking at what's up today, man, what a day for retail. If you look at your leaderboard, it's a who's who of retailers that are leading the market higher here this morning. I see the Gap, I see BJ's, L Brands up huge, Burlington Stores, Restoration Hardware, which is more specialty. What do I see? Kohl's, Ross Stores. Just a really good day for a lot of retail stocks. Under Armour, just a lot of retail on the green here.
Yeah, dash for trash here, perhaps. Your big boys have had your big moves. Amazon selling off, Facebook off the high of the move, so a little bit of rotation, perhaps, and out of the big boys into some of the laggards here. Limited brands. I mean, why that's up 18% on that report, I don't know. Up to 21. Mentioned, also always possible short squeezes in that, but money moving around. You got the big tech, Microsoft down a buck 50 at 84.14. Apple down a buck 14, 318.09. Amazon, a little bit of reversal in Amazon. New all-time high at 25.45, and now a big red candle on that. So might want to be careful. Facebook blasted. We were looking for follow through on that move very hard to pick the actual top, but 237.20, you've backed off there. But look at the 2-day run that Facebook has had. So out of the big tech into some of the laggards here. You mentioned what other some of the retail stocks did you mention?
I mean, just look at Lulu here. Is that a new high? That's a new high in Lulu.
Lululemon. Let's take a look at Lulu. They must be selling a lot of yoga pants online here,
They
right?
must
Look at
be. It's
this.
it's the
Holy,
only explanation.
holy moly. You made a high of 267.92. And that's a new all-time high there, I think, for Lululemon. What was that former all-time high before the market meltdown? The former all-time high for Lululemon was two, no, 266.20. Boom. There you go. February high. Stores closed. I don't know, a lot of optimism, but once again, we talk about stocks. What was their trend before COVID? And this was one of your strongest retail stocks. Hard to think it was $128.85 in March, just in March, just a couple months ago. Obel a doubler here, pressing up for the highs of the session, and great day for Lululemon. I do not know when they report, but making new highs as we speak.
Let's find out. I'm looking at the Pro real fast. It's the beauty of the beauty of Benzinga Pro. Okay, Lululemon reports earnings on. Oh, they're already out.
You're already out?
Yeah, they were out last week. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, great month for Lululemon here, and like I said, over
Wait,
a
I'm sorry.
double.
Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Yeah, wait, what day is today, Joel? Yeah, they were out on the 14th. I don't even know what day today is.
Today's
I'm losing all track of time. They were out last week. So,
All right. Well, they rallied off their report. Just a great looking chart here. Just keep an eye on, if you're a Lululemon shareholder, keep an eye on that close today. That's going to be the all-time closing high, and use that as a bogey moving forward if you decide you may want to potentially take some chips off the table.
find me a retailer that is not up today, and that's how you know you're a laggard. That's how you know you're a dog. If you're a retailer and you can't catch a bid today, yikes. Because it does
Walmart's
feel
down, but they had the report earlier in the week, and that stock just hit a
okay.
new all-time high. So
Yeah.
there's one.
I would sort of count like Walmart, Target, Costco. They're like in their own category. I don't
Mhm.
count them. It's like they're separate from everyone else. They're so big. They're so diversified. But find me a smaller retailer that's not up today, and I will find you a
Oh, look
dog.
at that BJ's Wholesale Club. Holy
I know.
macro.
What a move, right?
No shot, man. No shot. You shorted this thing. The open 31 went to 30.39, and once it came back up through there, look out. 35.45. Huge volume there too, in BJ's Wholesale Club. You also mentioned Kohl's, KSS. Let's see how that's trading today. Still sleepy. I mean, it's up, but man, oh man, it's tight. Look at the trading range in that thing. Took out yesterday's low, but rebounded nicely. Uh, the high earlier in the week was 1933. We're still ways off that. You're going to have to take care of 1861 first. That was your high on Tuesday.
Joel, can you talk about the significance of a trading range and how that can sort of predate a breakout one way or the other?
Yeah, I mean, after moves up or down, there's always periods of consolidation, and that's just where the bulls and the bears, square off a trading range. And in the simplest terms, a stock's in an uptrend, has a consolidation period. You look for a resumption of the uptrend. You break out of the top of the consolidation period. Conversely, if a stock's in a downtrend, boom, finds a low, rebounds, stays in a trading range, and then breaks through the bottom of the trading range, and then a resumption of the downtrend. So for something like Coles here, I mean, this thing is just stuck in the mud. You had a gap up day. Let's see, it's between 16, like lower 60. Now let's go a little bit lower than that. This thing's been between 15 and 19, going back since April. Now that's a pretty wide range. You're just in the middle, but that's what you look for. After moves, strong stocks, consolidations, and then a resumption of the trend. Spoo's bouncing around pretty good here, trying to find direction going into the last 11 minutes of trading here on Thursday before the Memorial Day weekend. We should get a little imbalance flux here coming up here in the 350 hour for those market on close orders, and we're just jammed here, maybe a little bit to the buy side. Not sure here. Little pop, little drop though. So I don't know. Mixed so far, just where we were at 350.
Let's pull up a chart of Tesla here. Very nice rally in the afternoon, really in the last hour and a half or so. There was a headline from Electric I saw that Tesla's manufacturing is pretty much back to normal right now, and the stock caught a bid at like 2 o'clock.
Yeah. Oh man, this has been kind of quiet too. I know it's a volatile stock, but big run up, pull back after Musk said that the company wasn't worth what it was. Pretty big range, but man, you could call the bottom of the range 763. And then you're starting to stick your head above the top of the range today, 832.50. I think for this really get going north though, you need to take out 869.62. That was I think it was on earnings day that it had that high. But once again, there's a move up after the low in March, bouncing around some consolidation here. So perhaps waiting to take a cue from the market or the next Musk tweet.
All right, let's look ahead here to what to expect after the close today and then the pre-market tomorrow as far as earnings are concerned. I see Nvidia, that's going to be the big one of the day today. Also notable is Splunk, Palo Alto, Intuit, Hewlett Packard Enterprises, HPE, and Ross Stores. So a big day for tech today, and then tomorrow we're going to get Alibaba, Foot Locker, and John Deere in the morning. So let's look at Nvidia here, Joel. Probably the last of the really big earnings reports for the quarter. They're always pretty late in the season. And okay, red candle today, but how far are we off the all-time high? Not very.
363.50. We got the 362.10. Last 3 days, you've been range bound between 350.50 and 363.50. This thing likes the fifties. So boom, you
Please
bubble.
stop saying that.
You break above that, and the 363.50, big rally, big rally. All time high. Break below 350. Looks like you're getting a little nervous, Nelly's here. Going into the close, trending near the lows of the session. 350, as I mentioned, that was the lows from the last 2 days. Under that, you got one more low at 347.22. Things really open up though on the downside after that. Your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 day low is way down at 314.96. So let's see how it moves off to the report.
And then let's also look at Alibaba. They're due tomorrow in the
Okay.
AM. And in light of what would appear to be increased
Scrutiny.
tensions, geopolitical tensions between the U.S. and China, stock is considered the best of breed in that regard. Full disclosure, I do own the stock via an ETF. I own the KWEB ETF, so Alibaba is I believe, the second largest holding in that ETF, maybe the first largest. I can't remember, but it's up there. This is considered best of breed for Chinese internet.
Yeah, it's this is a tough call here because definitely the geopolitical tensions weighing on the stock over the last couple days, but still not too far from its all-time high. Sneaking into the gap area, just rallied with the market on Monday. Just area of very, very limited support here. Your low today was at 209.53. And if they get this thing going south, you got a gap to fill at 204.49. So that would be your first area of support. If you're attempting to fill the gap. The low on that day was 210. I don't know, 200 could be your. This is a tough call here because it's starting to fall into the gap area. If they start to rally it on the report, just be aware. A couple highs right in the 220.75 area, 220.59, your high on Tuesday, 221.16, your high in yesterday's session.
All right, 354 here. Got about 5 minutes and change left in the session, and we're flirting with our worst day in a while here. But
Yeah.
like we
Yep.
said, it's just kind of chop action. So
Yeah. Yep. Yep. This is the trade. This has been the lower end of the trading range here that we developed after we made that 29.33 low and popped up into the 29.50 handle just a couple times. So going into the close, a little bit of weakness here, some intraday support here at this 29.40 area. We've touched that a few times. So here's your trading range. That's just based on the 15-minute. But overall, you're right, window cleaner.
Let's go to
Overall, choppy day.
some stocks from the chat. Someone is asking about Gilead here. It looks like it's found a near term bottom in the low 70s, 72, 73 area.
Yeah, let's see what we got here. Yeah, you got a pair of lows to lean on. 72. Ooh, well, you got more than that. You got a trio of lows between 72.30 and 72.89 last three sessions. So you get a little bit of maybe a little bit of big boy buying here. So there's your area to lean on. Perhaps give yourself a little more room if you're going for a swing trade. Not a lot, kind of a lower volume day, so it's still in the, slightly in the red, but there is a good area of support. Just with this thing, it's been faded off the news a couple times, and that's not good. But who knows what what drugs they have in the pipeline. I see the 72.50 area. That was also a area of support on April 7th, so pretty good area. But what's going to move the needle for this stock? You need some news, and I didn't check on Myrna today. They seem to be the leading the way as far as vaccines, of course. Gilead working on revenues and treatment. Not a great day for Myrna, down 636. So a little bit of profit taking in that one coming up ahead of the long weekend.
Someone in the pro chat pointing out to me that Best Buy has not participated today.
Best
So,
Buy. Yeah, Best Buy. It
so
looked a
wow.
little tired in the pre-market. We talked about that, and it just didn't look like those pre-market lows were going to hold. They didn't. You went down to 76.88, and you've popped. So just not a lot of enthusiasm for the stock, even though that report wasn't that bad. It did get up to 81.91. So there was a little bit of a rally in that. I don't see how does that look with yesterday's range. Snuck into yesterday's range, but man, if you were looking at the close, 81.54, that was a mighty good sale. The high was 81.98. Probably got a little pop off the open, 79.50 open. They ran it up, but couldn't take it. Stock has held up better than a lot of the other retailers. Not quite near within striking distance at all-time high. We'll see how this reacts tomorrow.
At the same time, you can't feel good about this on a day that the entire sector pretty much is up. How much is the XRT up today? XRT is up. What's that? 2%. So
Yep.
on a day where the whole sector is up and you're not participating, that cannot make you feel good.
That's the bad news. I mean, but it did have earnings, number one. So you got
Yeah,
to keep that in consideration.
of
Number
course.
two, the stock did bottom, at 48.11 in March. And here you are, the all-time high. You want the great number, 91.83 is what you hit in January. 91.99 you hit in February. So all things considered, yeah, not a great day for Best Buy, but hey, very impressive move off the March lows.
And then I'll pull up a chart here of Aurora Cannabis. If I was long this, which I am not, if I was,
Wow, what a day.
I would probably sell some and keep at least half.
I don't know about this day, huh? Holy moly. They hit it, they rallied it, they hit it down to 15. If you guys were following what I talked about on the show this morning, that 15 area, that was, man, this thing just has some big all ranges. No, we broke 15. I didn't have anything at 15 here.
We didn't really. What's the low of the day?
No, I didn't have anything at 15. I must be thinking of another
15.
stock.
Yeah, okay.
No.
All right.
Open higher, slammed it down to 15. Couldn't fill the gap from yesterday's session, and now they're just ripping it north. 1771, high 1720 is where you're currently trading. What do you have on the dailies? Nothing on the dailies here. I mean, if you're if you're confident in the sector, 19 and a quarter, 1968. But wow, wild day here for ACB.
Yeah, so this is what I would do if I was long this stock. I would just put a trailing stop in there like 10%, right? Or 15%. Like if the stock falls 15%, you're triggered, you're out. But
All right,
I would
ding,
try to
ding,
ride
ding,
this
ding,
wave.
ding. We're closed.
Yeah, final tally for the day. S&P 500 falls 0.78%. So more or less flat. Not
Yeah,
not
S
not
and
not the worst
P's.
day, but
Yeah, boy, we traded the daylights out of this 2940 handle.
yeah.
That would be your area, to keep an eye on tomorrow. Today's low, 2933, really didn't have anything in there for you, folks. Wednesday's low, 290850. On the upside, if we get a rally, your old-time closing high, or not old-time closing high, your closing high for the rebound comes in right at 2968.50. We bested that in this morning session. But the Spencer triple top up above 73.50 from today, 75.75 from yesterday, and then Tuesday 76 and a quarter. So there's your technicals for your overnight traders and early morning trading in the S&P
All right,
500.
sorry we couldn't get to all your questions, but we'll be back with you bright and early tomorrow morning. So save until then. Everyone, thanks for joining us. Please remember all the information from this broadcast is meant to be used as informational purposes and not for investing or trading advice. Everyone have a great rest of your Thursday. We'll see you on Friday. Be safe.